What's up? It's your boy G Money, aka Experiment Drummer. Just here to talk to you about my Redbox review of the week, which this week it's Destiny 2, and I'm pretty impressed right now. About 3 days in, pretty impressed. Thought it was overall good. The artwork is phenomenal. I mean, if you're into artwork, it's definitely there. It's all there, beautiful. You can tell they took the time. Super detailed too. It's great. The campaign, I'd say, for me, like if I would have sat down and took a full day instead of like between working, I wouldn't say it probably could have took me 12 hours or less, roughly. Like it's pretty short in my opinion. It's pretty short in my opinion for sure. And the boss at the end he was a little weak sauce to me. He was just didn't, after everything that you go through in the game, through the campaign, to have the battle at least in that way for me personally, which was like little to no effort in my opinion, was, I don't know, just kind of a letdown. You know, all this build up, you know, he comes in, introduces himself as this big, you know, evil creature that's just here to destroy everything, and you just kind of get your light and treat him like a bitch. Like, oh, okay, woohoo, I could have done that, right. Anyways, the one thing I'll say they did right this time instead of with the first Destiny. See, in the first Destiny, I capped out, got on my armor, and got to the point where all I had left was, well, really, I mean, at that point in time, Destiny was so new, they just started releasing strikes and raids and shit, so I didn't really have much to do after that. Like, I could resource, I could go farm resources and loot and things like that, but at the end of the day, I just got stuck, especially solo. Solo gaming on Destiny 1 was a terrible thing. You were getting forced to play raids, and I heard this time around they're not really going to do that with raids. There's going to be a little search engine. They're going to try to split it up the best they can. The online multiplayer is just like the first one. You know, I haven't seen. You know, maybe it's been so long that I haven't seen too much change, but I personally didn't see anything that made me feel any different about it. You know, you're gonna have your solo players and your team players. It's been like that since Halo 2. You know, since online multiplayer came out, there's always been one group of people who were team and one group of people that aren't. Now, I did hear, or I did read on the forums that I thought was a good idea, that they kind of like what they do in Call of Duty, or they did do in Call of Duty, where you could have a solo playlist where you could go in by yourself and no parties allowed. Now that would be ideal for solo gamers, for sure. But overall, I thoroughly enjoy the game. Destiny 2, go out and buy it. You're gonna get a 10 out of 10 for me, because after I ended the campaign, there's still so much more to do. So many adventures, so many raids, so many patrols, so much other things to get into that you could get gameplay out of that. You can get gameplay out of this thing forever. And let's hope they keep it up. Hopefully with these updates and things like that they don't slow down like they did in the first Destiny, and like we've seen in the Division and things of that nature, where it just seems like they run out of ideas and they just can't put out enough content. And I know there's some people that just sit there and game, so don't get me wrong, but I definitely feel like there needs to be a ratio between getting all that stuff done that they've updated and included and getting out the next stuff, even though I know it does take time to make those things. But you know, hopefully they learn from the first one. And one thing I love about Bungie as a company is that they listen to their community. They've always been about their community 110%. With all 3 Halos, which is where Bungie.net really started, like with all the Halos, and then with the forums they got right now, I mean, these guys will literally go in, read what's going on in the forums, and collaborate and try to fix it. I mean, if there's enough vote, I mean, it's one of the communities where I really see where if there's enough vote in the community forum, it will get changed. Like, if majority of the community agrees that that is not what needs to be there, then they'll change it 110%. I know I said a lot of ums this round. I'm sorry, fellas. But anyways, this is G Money, aka Experiment Drummer, and that's my Redbox review of the week.